don't you sit down? Come sit down.
Oh, we're doing a podcast.
Hey, come sit down.
We
Whatever you about whatever. It's like
I
this.
just sat down for
It's like Seinfeld. It's like Seinfeld. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
30 minutes talking about.
You can see the chat and everything. You can see.
So awesome.
You can see the chat and everything. You can see the chat while you're talking.
Right now,
say hello, chat.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, chat.
Mm-hmm.
Simple and direct.
What's the question?
So pretty much we're just talking about the fact my very first time ever doing construction photography as somebody who did just a standard 9-hour shift of just flagging, just waving a flag. And I was,
can grab a chair if you like.
Yeah, cheers. John,
I'm here a lot.
Not my DC, not my Black community. I think that's an interesting perspective. He said that this is the new DC, not my DC, not my Black community.
It's DC for you. That's the chat for you. You have to ignore the chat. Yeah.
No, I'm not really. I get it. Like sometimes we just stick with what we know, and when we stick with what we know, we just have that mindset being, "This is my home. This is my home. This new place isn't really my home." It's more so. It's not really something bothersome, but it's really interesting to still see. John, tell her she said she had me at hello. You know, but hey, to just close it out real quick, the first time I ever did construction photography, I was using gear that wasn't properly calibrated, meaning that I got these new lens and I just got a mount, and the mount didn't work. So my gear actually was still broken in a way to the point where, look at, ladies, you are sitting across from a tap dancer.
This is one of the haters in the chat. Just don't pay him no mind. Keep going.
So, I was taking these photos with poorly calibrated equipment, and bam, it still came out great, but it was very nerve-wracking. I mean, the first time I submitted them, I was very nervous. I didn't even want to submit them. I didn't even know if I could still handle it because I was just like, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I'm just better off flagging. Maybe I should.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. All this shit sound good, but the women, they get in free, man.
Oh yeah,
my nigga, they get in free. So we got to get you to scoot to the left, to the right, and we gotta get these pretty women in here.
I respect
it's
that.
Nice to listen to you, but these fucking women could get up here and just mumble all day.
You guys can literally talk about anything. I looked up for the last 30 minutes.
But you could get up here and mumble all day. You probably would have the chat mesmerized.
Comment that somebody said about like when they lived through their entire life.
Oh yeah, come sit down and talk about it. Listen, I'm John Galt, the urban landlord. I am a landlord here in DC. So if no one has seen more change in this city than me, I've been here 30 years. Hey, we got to get you to sit down so that you can talk in the mic. But we do want to hear what you have to say here. So guys, make sure here's the thing. Just make sure you lean forward talking to the mic so that people can hear you, because we're very interested in what you got to say. So you had a comment about, let me put it on the screen here. Someone said, let me see if I can put it on the screen. Let me put it on the screen here. Give me 1 second. Let me see. They may be trolling you, but I want to hear your response to it anyway. I can't find that fucking comment. But anyway, there was a comment, something about not DC, not DC. I can't find that fucking comment. Where's that coming here? Let's see. Oh, okay, here it is. I'm gonna put it on the screen so you guys can see it. Ladies, sorry, can see it. You want a beer or anything? Can I get you a beer? No. Oh, y'all been out drinking? Y'all been out drinking already? Let me get me a beer then. Shit. I like to drink and smoke here.
So it's interesting because I moved here a little under 2 years ago.
Okay.
I lived in a building down the street, and my neighbor who lived upstairs from me is a Black man who's 96 years old. He just died like a month ago.
Okay.
He was the sweetest thing on the planet, and he used to sit in our lobby, and I would sit and talk to him like for hours. He has seen like the entire like transformation of this neighborhood. He moved here in 56. He went to Howard University and then moved into this building, which is rent controlled. And let me tell you, when he died, he was still paying $450 a month for a one-bedroom apartment, which is super cool.
You think that's cool? Why do you think that's cool?
Why do I think it's cool?
Yeah.
Because I think that there should be like limits. Capitalism is a horrible thing in life.
Yeah.
And I think that people, need to be able to like afford and live like a good and happy, decent life and not just be completely gouged to have a roof over your head. Like that's just like something that should be a human right. And you know, when you're charging insane amounts of money to live in somewhere that it's just not.
You talking against how I make my living here is the urban landlord here. That's how I make my living.
I ran. You're fair with your people because.
Hey.
Anyway, it was just interesting to hear his perspective on how this entire area has been completely gentrified, and then like in a way, one of the main reasons I love living in the city is the city's diversity. And you know, I wonder, like, because I live in this neighborhood, like, am I taking away from what's that? Am I taking away from what this neighborhood used to be? And like, it's just like lots of things that you think about, you know, when you live in such a diverse area that used to be predominantly Black.
Do you think that you're adding to the neighborhood?
Do I think I'm adding to the neighborhood? I mean,
you can see the chat right here too. You can see the chat right here too. You can see the chat right here too. You can see the chat right there too. You should be seeing in both places. Yeah,
financially, yes. Like, of course, supporting the smaller businesses, doing all that kind of stuff.
But you said, but what?
I don't know. It just feels.
And you've been here 2 years, right?
Almost.
Go ahead.
It just feels strange to me to like that things get. I don't know, being a white woman and like seeing like what people have to go through, and like, you know, the homeless people here are predominantly Black, like things like that that just like pull at my heartstrings and make me feel bad that like I have all of this privilege and like think that I can just like insert myself into a neighborhood that was not white to begin with, because like that's how it's changed.
Hey, let me interrupt you. You do know it before it was Black, it was white.
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't know? I mean, you know, before the Black people were here, it was white people.
Right.
You know?
But I don't know.
You think they built those big, nice houses for Black people? You know how fucking nice some of those houses are? Shit. I see my man. Can I get another one, my man?
Another
Yeah, Pilsen. Hey, ladies.
We're good.
Ladies, come on, ladies. We're trying to get you to imbibe here.
That's all I have to say.
You've got 2 pediatric cardiothoracic.
Wait a minute. You nurses?
Yeah.
Oh, you're pediatric nurse. So you treat the people too. The children. You treat the children.
Yeah.
Right. And what hospital?
Children's National.
The Children's National. Where is that?
Michigan Avenue. Up there.
Oh shit! You over there?
Yeah.
That's kind of. I took my mother over there not too long ago. There's a little hood over there. You know, the waiting room, the ER waiting room.
Hospital.
Yeah, I didn't know. You were the church.
Yeah, we're the kids ones across the parking lot.
All of you are nurses.
But we live here.
Yeah, so I work in organ donation and organ transplant, and these 2 work in the cardiac ICU.
Cardiac ICU. Oh. So I want to ask you a question here about DEI. Ooh. Ladies, this is open. You don't have to answer, because I know this is a political city, things that, What do you think about DEI?
I think it is incredibly important, but I think that a lot of institutions go about it wrong.
I would concur, yeah. I think a lot of institutions, what we do is we basically have a DEI committee, but don't actually center the people that need to be centered at the middle of those conversations.
It's almost like yes, we're doing this. Look at us. We have this committee to make us look good, but we're not actually doing what we are like projecting that we are.
There have been a lot of things in the news, and we're just going to hit a few hot topics, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
When I say the word, as a word recognition, what do they call it? I say a word. Your word. Shiloh Hendricks.
Shiloh. Oh, why do I know his name? Shiloh Hendricks.
We're going to get blown up because you don't know this name. Yeah, I know.
None of you know.
The name, it's on the tip of my, it's definitely in my brain who this person is, but I can't.
None of you. It looks like she knows in the back, but she don't want to say. You know? She knows, but she don't want to say. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we got to bring it all out. Come on, tell us. You know who Shiloh? Tell us.
No, tweets.
You want me to tell you want me she want me to say this is the thing about living in DC here. It's a very political town. So Shallow Hendricks, for the people that don't know in the audience, we have about 25 people in the audience right now. And for the people here, Shallow Hendricks was a white lady. She had her children at a park.
Oh, yes, and then she GoFunded like $1 million.
About 800,000.
Whatever the fucking, that's so wrong. Excuse my language.
No, that's fine.
I know now exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. You didn't know her name, though?
No.
Okay.
She's absolute trash of a human being.
What do you think?
Keep going. I don't get this.
Yeah.
You don't know who she is?
Sorry, yes, so she called the child the N-word, and somebody heard her say it, so they started videotaping her, and they were like, how could you call a child this? She's a white woman, she called little black kid the N-word, and then all of a sudden starts saying it into the camera 1 million times over, and it's like, I'll say it again and again and again and again, and keeps saying it into the camera. Yeah, and then now it's like, I don't know if they press charges against her, whatever it was that happened.
Do you think hold on, do you think they should press charges against her?
Yeah.
For what do you think the charges should be?
Well, it's a form, in my opinion, of I guess assault is when to me it's assault. It's an harassment for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you think?
I agree. What do you think?
Hell no. First off, you know what's interesting? It wasn't even a black child.
What?
It wasn't. It was a Somali child. That may not mean anything to you.
No, right.
But for shit. A Somali ain't black and a black ain't Somali. Right? I don't speak their language. They don't speak mine. I don't eat their shit. They they may eat mine. I don't know. And I've lived in New York and I lived here and shit. I've had Ethiopian tenants. It's close enough. Hell, I've been in Ethiopia. Shit. It ain't my fight. And I think that black people in America are easily manipulated. And they're so defensive of the word that they'll just jump in and fight. In this case, they didn't even have anything to do with them. Right? She called a Somali child a nigger. If she called a black child a nigger, the Somali people wouldn't have given a fuck. That's true. They wouldn't give them a fuck. That's not their community. They don't deal with the blacks. And, I rent to a lot of blacks, Africans. Mm-hmm. They don't like the blacks. Right. The Africans I'm talking about. And so from that standpoint, I don't even understand why the blacks are defending them. And I don't even have a problem with the word. Niggas say that shit all the time. I say it all the time. Niggas, I say it all the time. Right? I say it all the time. And it's just like some shit that black people use against white people to beat them down with. But in reality, it's just it just be like in a relationship. If you had a husband or something, he could use something to trigger you. You understand what I'm saying? And it really didn't bother him,
Yeah. So we have a dinner reservation.
Where y'all going to dinner, by the way?
Right up here.
What's the name of it?
Rooster and Owl.
Who?
Rooster and Owl.
I hear that's a nice place. Yeah, very nice.
No, I think there are certain white people that do need to be beat down.
Oh, come on. You don't believe that. You don't believe that.
Thanks for having us.
It's been great. It's been great. I wish I could have gotten